Hey, what's going on, everybody? Merry Christmas and welcome back to the channel, everyone. DBougie86 here again. And this is the special holiday edition of the Random Review series. I actually got requested to do like an edition overview of this title. So I actually already did do a review of this film on the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror. But I'm going to show you like the contents of this edition and stuff. And this is the best way to do it. Just relax and show you off what this edition is. And this is the limited edition of Vinegar Syndrome's Jack Frost. As you can see, it comes with a lenticular cover. Lenticular. That's a very tricky word. Love the look of this. It's very old school. If you remember, like, when this film was first released on VHS, it actually had a very similar lenticular cover in the old VHS case. And I like that Vinegar Syndrome actually went back and thought of the fans of this film for this release of it. This was only available on their Black Friday sale. I think you could actually still get a copy of this on their site. I'm not really too sure on that. But I know you could also, Grindhouse Video actually also has this release on their website. They picked up a few copies to sell off, which Grindhouse usually does. They do collect a lot of like those limited editions of Vinegar Syndrome. I remember I picked up Corruption from them with that hidden Easter egg, and that was from the last Black Friday sale, and they still had copies of it, so it showed you how long some of this stuff actually sells. Very interesting and cool release. Now I'll show you like what the contents of the actual edition are. See, there's the slip, the back case with all the info, and then we got the standard release. Now the cool thing about this edition is it actually has reversible art. See right there. Really like that artwork. Either one's really fucking cool in my book. Now, of course, this set also comes with like the DVDs and Blu-ray combo, and it is region free. So if you do want to import the release from Vinegar Syndrome or US, you can play it on your region B or C player, which is cool that Vinegar Syndrome does that for their releases. Very few companies that out there in the US actually do this for their releases, and this is a hell of a release for any company to actually do like all region releases. I know a few companies, most notably like Severin, most of their releases are region free. This might be a few exceptions with certain releases. And Grindhouse Video, their releases are usually region free also. So, very cool edition. Now let's get into the special features. I'll show you them right there and then I'll read them off. Lots of special features. First thing is scanned and restored in 2K from the 35mm vault elements. That's the new scan. I'll get more into that and my thoughts on it. Commentary track with director Michael Cuny. Very informative commentary. I actually did listen to it. Goes into like the whole process and how he made the film and stuff. Really in-depth commentary with a moderator. I think who was the moderator on this track? I know it was someone that worked with Vinegar Syndrome, so I know that much. I can't think of the moderator's name off the top of my head, but it was very in-depth commentary track when they go into like about the making and the effects and just the setting and the production drops and stuff like that. Really informative stuff. The next special feature is you could actually play this the film by itself, or you could play with this video introduction from the director where he introduces the film and talks a little bit about the history of it. Very nice little feature. I actually do like a lot of like introductional features on these releases. I know a few releases actually do have them, which is cool. Uh, Next up, we have video interview with lead actor Scott McDonald, who's actually plays Jack Frost as a human and also is the voice of the Snowman in the film. Really in depth, where he goes into like a little bit in his career and talks about like the process of Jack Frost and the effects of Jack Frost had on him. Like one story is I actually told this in the podcast during my review. While he was like on set getting fitted for like another project, I think it was like an episode of the X Files. It was actually the same company that made the Jack Frost suit, and when he went in there, he saw like a lot of like the stuff that they made in like the warehouse, and in the corner was the Jack Frost outfit, and he pointed up to it and was like, "Yeah, that was me. I was Jack Frost." And then like all the like the special effects department people went up to him and asked him questions about the film. And another funny story is actually he met like a I think it was like a buddy's like son or something who went to like the same high school or college that he did, and they're like, "Wait, you're Jack Frost, Scott McDonald?" And he was like, "We used to watch that movie all the time in college, stoned and stuff." And it was kind of funny because we found out that like the guy who played Jack Frost came from the same alma mater as he did. Very good and in-depth commentary. I like how Scott McDonald goes through the stories of like doing multiple like takes on the voice, and just the little fun like facts about like what the film affected him with. So that was a very cool feature. I actually did really enjoy that feature. And then we have a video interview with director of photography Dean Lent, where he talks about how he like shot the film and the drawbacks of he actually shot this film on film, and he was more of like a film cinematographer. And then when he did the cinematography of part two, they did it on HD cameras, which he wasn't really used to at the time. So it was really interesting to hear about like how this was actually one of the last like uh, films that was shot on film from the middle '90s. So it was really cool to hear about like that little thing. Of course, the thing that I talked about earlier, the cover art, which is by Chris Garofalo, and reversible cover art, and of course English SDH subtitles. Now, really interesting thing about this release, the transfer on this is actually fucking great. Because the last time I saw this film was on VHS, of course, full screen, and it's really interesting to see this film in like a widescreen transfer, and it shows you like a little bit of the missteps of like some of the stuff that happens with the film, of course. Like, of course, like they use like fake snow and shit. You could actually really notice it in like this HD transfer. But a lot of like the suit effects kind of look kind of goofy. But other than that, this film has a lot of like good love, and it has a lot of heart put into it. Uh, Unfortunately, I wish I could say the same thing about the sequel, which I have a little smaller distaste for. It's not like the greatest film ever, the sequel, but this one does have its setbacks and problems. But it has a lot of heart, and I do like enjoy that. If you like your goofy like Christmas like horror films, or like any like goofy films in general, this is definitely one that you just throw on, have a few drinks with some buddies, and just laugh about. It's nothing to take too seriously of a film. Really cool release. I like I said, I'll leave the links below to like Grindhouse Video's website and Vinegar Syndromes. I do believe that this edition is still available if you are a fan of this film and we're looking to pick it up. Really fucking stellar stuff. Uh, yeah, for the holidays, have some friends over, have a few drinks. It's definitely one that you can throw on in the background, have a few laughs, and enjoy the fun moments of it. I actually do like the characters of the film, even though some of them are goofy. But other than that, yeah, it's a very interesting release, and I want to give a big shout out to my homie Charlene, aka I Mayfair, who actually did request this on the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror Facebook group, because I did show that I got it in, and she asked me to like kind of do this. So big shout out to her. I'm going to leave the link below to her channel. If you probably are already subbed to her, but if you're not, she does like a lot of cool unboxings and talks about like a lot of like different companies, because she does live in like Paris, so she does like a lot of like Arrow Video and 88 Films releases for that company. So yeah, Jack Frost, lenticular cover, lenticular. Wow, tongue twister of a word. Yeah, highly recommendable. So that's it for this little overview of that release. And as always, guys, I hope you're having a safe and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And I'll see you next video. Peace out.